Today we are taking a look at an IEM that comes in at just under Rs 2000 but offers some of the best overall value for money on the market. Now this is Tangzu Wan'er S.G Redline edition. It launched recently, and in this video I am going to tell you exactly whether this is the right pair for you. Now starting with the best part of the whole package, the accessories. Now in this box you get a microfiber cleaning cloth which honestly looks sick. You also get a silicone case. It does the job, though it's a bit of a dust magnet. Then we have the IEMs themselves. Now they come in this red translucent shell with a guardian lion embossed on it and a brass nozzle. Personally, I love the look. It's very eye-catching, especially when it reflects the light. They're also quite light, making them comfortable even for long listening sessions. Now beneath that you get two sets of ear tips, the HE Sonic tips and the Tang Sancai whiteboard tips. Now if you bought those Sancai tips individually, they'd cost you around 1100 rupees. Now the 2-core cable has a maroon matte finish that's soft to touch and complements the aesthetics perfectly. It's thick and flexible compared to the other stock cables at this price point. Now I personally went with the USB-C with mic variant because I feel that a regular user looking for a 2000 rupees IEM shouldn't have to spend another 1000 on a DAC. As it is, for a budget set like this, a DAC isn't going to make a night and a day difference for the average listener. Now let's talk about comfort. Looking at the shape, these are a bit bulky, and at first I thought that they might be uncomfortable. However, they suited my ears really well for long hours. Initially, the left side felt a bit odd due to symmetric wire orientation, but it aligned itself after a few days and I got used to it. The right side was perfect fit immediately. As for the tips, I feel that the Sancai ones gave me a better seal because of that textured surface, though they might feel a bit stiff for some. The Sonic tips are softer and more traditional. The best part is that both are available in the box and you can experiment with them. I would just suggest to use the whiteboard tips if you want to bring out more details in the highs, and use a narrow board tip if you want to maximize the rumble for movies and bass heavy tracks. Now for the sound. While the original Wan'er was famous for being vocal forward, the Redline shifts the graph. It adds a 4 dB to 5 dB sub-bass boost and smooths out that shouty 3 kHz peak that some people found annoying at the first version. When it comes to the lows, unlike cheaper IEMs that just sound boomy, the Redline focuses on the texture. You don't just hear a bass guitar, you can feel the vibrations of the strings. On tracks like Humble like Kendrick Lamar, the 808s don't sound flat. The decay is realistic, giving a sense of power you'd expect from a much expensive IEM. Coming to the mids, these aren't as clean as something like a 7Hz Salt Note 02, but they are much more musical. The warmth from the bass gives instrument a heavy, authoritative weight. In John Mayer's Slow Dancing in a Burning Room, the guitar notes feel thick. They don't sound thin or piercing. Vocals feel intimate, right in the center of your head. Coming to the highs, this has a safe treble tuning. It avoids sibilance, those sharp S and T sound. It's not the airiest IEM, but it captures the clack of the drumstick and the shimmer of the bells clearly. In September in Montreal by Annie Besson, the cymbal strikes are crisp, but they don't linger long enough to hurt your ears. It's a very polite treble. Regarding the Soundstage, that extended sub-bass really helps. It has a decent width and height, though the absolute size isn't massive. You might find wider stages in other IEMs like the 7Hz or KZ. The imaging, however, is great for the price. In Give Me One Reason by Tracy Chapman, you can clearly feel the vocals center, the guitars to the left and the drums to the right. You'll thoroughly enjoy listening to tracks like The Burning Guard by Rishabh Sharma, where the instruments are extended all over the place. For gaming, these provide a great cinematic and immersive experience, perfect for adventure or open world games. For competitive gaming, the imaging is good enough for directional cues, but footsteps sound won't pop as clinically as they do on the 7Hz 02 due to its bass heavy nature. Now this is the inbuilt mic test. I think that this sounds solid for the price. Overall, the Redline is warm, bassy and fun. It's great for hip-hop music, watching movies, and long sessions for users who love that extra thump without it overwhelming the music. It's for listeners who want an engaging pair rather than a boring neutral sound. It's a perfect beginner set if you are moving up from a basic earbuds or TWS because you're already used to that bass emphasis. You'll love it for listening to pop, indie, soft rock or acoustic songs where musicality matters. These are not for you if you want something super crisp or analytical treble, if you want something which is sounding neutral or flat, Or if you are an extreme bass head looking for a skull crushing EDM rubble, as you might still want something even more aggressive than this.